And is it the case, Will, then, that those who sought to frame the English Constitution were were more in touch with all that you've just been describing?
Yes.
The way that the universe wanted to be, natural law.
Yes.
Do we see enshrined in, let's say, the English Constitution, people who were more in line with the universe?
Yes. Now, you could, on the one hand, say that was a lucky coincidence. That, thank goodness, some events came together within about 1215, which was when the Great Charter, Magna Carta, was put together. And the two years or so leading up to that point was quite interesting and quite complex. But broadly, what we can spot is that those who were behind the 1215 Great Charter, in particular the Archbishop Stephen Langton, had quite a recognition, if you like, of natural justice. He understood that morality really came from nature. And that actually, what is morally good is actually going to result in abundance and health. And so if you can discover, well, what makes a human being healthy, what makes his attitude somebody who's got great energy and verve, and what that is somebody who is true to their purpose, their sense of purpose, and has the freedom to find that purpose. And is content in their lives. So law needs to be based on that principle, essentially. And what you're really coming back to is an ideology of individual rights. Your community needs to respect each other's individual rights because we want a society that's equitable. That means that we are all equal before the law. It's very difficult in the first point for anyone to argue against that. So you get to that first sort of logical place of argument where you say, are we actually all equal before the law? Do we want that? Is that right? There are very few in society that will attempt to argue against that one. There will be some, I think, as we know. But generally speaking, most sensible people will understand that, no, we have to respect each other's free will, which is what that ultimately translates into. So that's the idea that my rights end where yours begin. Yes. Okay. So that sense of respecting each other's individual rights is absolutely key. And what we're getting down to here, beginning to see, is the ideology of individualism as opposed to collectivism, which is this idea that the group has authority over you naturally. And that's not the case. That's a deeply destructive ideology that will ultimately result in a society spiraling downwards into absolute oblivion. And that's where we're heading at the moment, by the way, because we're essentially collectivist.